Oh, g'day YouTube. How you going? Welcome back to another episode of Cassar Industries. Hope you're all doing well. Guess what? It's Calais o'clock and it's also the 11th hour because we are scheduled to be at Calder Park for another event of Driftworks, taking this thing drifting. And we're supposed to be there in less than 24 hours and we're officially hitting the road in about 2 hours. Yes, I've left this thing to the last minute. We did do a whole bunch of stuff on this over the course of like the last couple of months. There was a video that dropped on this 2 or 3 weeks ago. I think about 3 weeks ago, could be 4, not sure. Just feel free to have a look. There was a bunch of other things that I wanted to get done to this car. They're just not gonna happen. Very, very time poor. But we are just gonna go through and just do a couple of quick things before we get going. I'll show you what we're doing, I guess. Rightio, first things 14th. I've actually gone through and given the inside a bit of a tidy up and like a clean, because it just had crap in there and like dust and rocks and grass and stuff in there. I know it's a drift car. Why am I bother cleaning it? It's because I want to. So yeah, I just gave it a vacuum and like cleaned the glass on the inside and just wiped down the dash and stuff. So inside's clean. Outside is rank. It's because it's been sitting under the carport for the last couple of months. It's covered in schmutz and caca. So after we do a few things to it, we'll take it down and sort of give it a bit of a wash. But first things that we are going to do sort of in preparation wise, just so time poor. There are so many things I wanted to do, just don't have time. First thing I'm going to do is change the ECU though. So we changed the ECU on this thing trackside when we went to Calder Park last time because we picked up an ECU from Ace. All in all, the ECU went well. The car did feel like it went a little bit better, a little bit more torquey, but an issue was happening, and you may have heard it in a couple other videos, but I didn't mention it, is it kept throwing the engine light on. So the engine light would come on and then would sort of turn itself off, then it would come on again. It was just annoying because it was beeping. I'd scan it and it had a fault code for the vehicle speed sensor, which I'd clear the code, but then it would just come back again like half a lap later. Changed the sensor, didn't fix it, put the original ECU back in and it went away. So I contacted the guys at Mace, they were super helpful about it. They've sent me out another ECU, which is this one here. That's my stock one, and that's basically got the same tune as what that's got. So we're just gonna quickly swap this over and get that done. You've seen me do that before. So hopefully that fixes our engine light problem. And then we'll get it up on the hoist and just do a couple of light maintenance-y things on it. Let's get into it. All right, I've just finished linking the ECU and I've got all that stuff back together down in that corner. Other ECU is in, car starts. However, I've just realized we now have another problem. See if I can get it to do it. My starter's dead. There it goes. So yeah, got a bit of a faulty starter motor situation. So we're gonna have to get this thing up in the air. Luckily though, take a walk with me. I did go up to my storage locker just before as well and got all my wheels and stuff and my tools and spares and stuff and a spare gearbox for when we go. And in my spare stuff right here is a spare starter motor. One of these come up on Marketplace a few weeks ago, or maybe about a month ago, and I grabbed it for just in case. And lo and behold, we need it. All right, so I'm gonna get this thing up in the air. First things first is we're gonna throw this thing in. All right, so starter motor, pretty easy. Just got 2 bolts there, one there, one there. Then you got your purple wire there, which is your trigger from your ignition switch, and then the red wire, which is your power from your battery. So just go through and buzz them off now. This starter motor actually has a piece of the housing broken off, which is why I ended up buying a secondhand starter motor just in case. So I just hope, yeah, I'll be able to sneak it out through that hole there next to the extractors. So I'll go through and knock this out quickly and we'll keep going with some other stuff. Starter motor's out. Here's the stuffed one with the piece broken off. Here's our replacement. I just hope this thing works. Slap this in, we'll keep going. Sweet, starter motor is in. So we'll drop that down in a sec and just test to make sure that works. Also just chuck some tape on the trigger wire for the starter because it was a bit brittle on the plug. Next thing, which is probably the biggest issue, is gearbox. The original plan was to pull this box out, put one of the other gearboxes I've got in because you all saw it in the last video. Second gear synchro just does not exist in this gearbox. I also wanted to pull the clutch off and have a look at the clutch, as we did use a secondhand heavy duty clutch when we did the manual conversion. And also wanted to pull the flywheel off and throw a new rear main seal in it as well, because we do have a little bit of a rear main oil leak. It's not super bad, but it's also not super great. But because of time restraints, we're going to do something else, which is pretty much just as good. And that's just change the gearbox oil and pretend that this gearbox has been rebuilt. Not going to make any difference, no doubt, but we're going to do it anyway. We'll see if there's any big chunks of metal that come out when we drain it. I used a 75-85 gear oil in this last time, semi-synthetic, and a small bottle of gearbox additive. This time I'm going to use a 75-90 full synthetic and a big bottle of additive. So that's next on the agenda. So we'll do that while the car is up in the air, and then we'll drop it down, test the starter motor, and yeah, go from there. Alrighty, let's see how this looks. Yeah, it's pretty grey. A few bits of metal in the magnet. This oil has only done about 70 Ks. Anyway, we'll throw some fresh stuff in it. Yeah, she's a bit metallic-y. Oh well. Just squint and it's mint. Car's back down. We're just going to give it a few starts and just make sure the starter motor goes every time. One more. Beautiful. That's all. I'm just going to call that fixed. Next thing we're going to do, we're just going to do an engine oil and oil filter change on this thing. We did change it before we went to the last event. So yes, this oil has only done like 70 Ks as well or something like that. But we were beating on it quite a bit. But the biggest thing is this engine did get hot a few times as we were having overheating issues. When engines get hot, it kills the viscosity level in the oil, so the lubrication quality of the oil. I was talking to the Penrite rep, and he's recommended that I use this stuff. So this is Penrite, full zinc 15W50 racing oil. Is quite an expensive oil, but has got very, very good stuff in it for when you're beating on engines. I've also got another K&N oil filter, and we'll probably also chuck in about half a litre to a litre of the Morey's oil stabiliser. So I'll just start the thing back up now and warm it up a little bit just for a few minutes, dump the oil, chuck that stuff in. We did want to be on the road between 11:30 and 12. That was sort of our goal. And we're just past 11:30 now. So we're not going to have a heck of a lot more time to do much else after this, but let's just get this done and we'll see what else we can do. Oil change is all done. Okay. Can't really see it, but pretty much bang on full. All right, so next thing is to put the dipstick back in. I think mechanically stuff, we're pretty much done. I'm gonna go ahead and shut that and just call that pretty much sorted. I'm now just gonna get off the hoist, throw the trade plate on the back of it. There's a car wash just around the corner from here. I need to give this thing a wash. And yeah, just basically give the outside just a really, really quick clean. When we get back, I've just got a couple more stickers over there I wanna throw on it as well. Well, Jason's gonna be here any second with the car trailer. He's just gonna go get it. So yeah, we'll clean it, stickers on it, and I think that's about it. I think after we go down and wash it, I should probably put some fuel in it too. That's not gonna cut the mustard. Washy washy. All clean. It looks good when it's wet. All right, chuck some fuel in it, head home. Rightio guys, we're all done. Everything is sort of as far done as we can sort of get it with the time that we've got. We're actually running quite far behind. Almost 1:30. So car's all cleaned. Got a few more stickers on it now. We've got Old Mate on the fuel flap. Business stickers on the back door. Bit of a YouTube sticker on the top of the windscreen there. And a bit of a dictionary definition of drift on the bonnet. So that's basically it. I'm going to finish this episode here. And literally I'm going to start recording pretty much straight away the next episode of when we take this thing drifting. If you want to see more videos, please remember to like and subscribe. I hope you've liked this video. I know it's a bit rushed. But yeah, we'll see you at the track, or we'll see you in the next video, whichever comes first. Take care guys, be safe.